This is video number 31 in a series of videos that study the 101 laws of the Success Mindset Code. In this video, we will address the 31st law, the law of flexibility. When we talk about flexibility, we are not simply referring to bending without purpose or adapting without intention. Flexibility is the conscious ability to adjust your path without losing sight of your destination. It is the ability to move like water, flowing around obstacles, maintaining direction even when external conditions shift. In financial life, especially after years of experiences, responsibilities, successes, and setbacks, this ability becomes not just useful, it becomes fundamental. Many people resist change because they associate change with failure. But resisting change does not stop the world from evolving. Markets change, careers transform, opportunities shift, and new technologies disrupt the old ways. What once worked beautifully may no longer be efficient today, and clinging to outdated strategies can create stagnation, frustration, and financial discomfort. The law of flexibility teaches us that prosperity belongs to those who adjust intelligently. Imagine your financial life as a journey on a vast ocean. Your goal may be financial stability, independence, better income, or a peaceful retirement. But the winds of the world blow in different directions. Sometimes the market provides momentum, pushing you forward effortlessly. Other times, storms appear without warning. A rigid sailor would force the sails, fight the current, and waste energy fighting what cannot be controlled. But a flexible sailor adjusts sails, reorients the route, and uses the wind in their favor. The destination does not change, but the path evolves. That is maturity. That is wisdom. And when it comes to building prosperity later in life, wisdom is your most valuable currency. Take the example of Sarah, a businesswoman who wanted to expand her business. Suddenly, the market shifted, new competitors emerged, and everything seemed uncertain. Instead of fighting reality, she adapted. She studied new models, embraced innovation, listened to market trends, and reinvented her products. She did not abandon her dream, she simply changed the strategy. And because she understood flexibility, today she thrives. Contrast that with John, who wanted to build his company but refused to evolve. He insisted on old methods, dismissed new opportunities, and ignored technological shifts. Rigidity cost him growth. His dream did not end because it was impossible. It ended because he refused to adapt. In financial life, how often do we act like John? How often do we insist on strategies that no longer reflect reality? Maybe you are holding on to a career model that no longer pays. Maybe you resist learning new skills because you believe it's too late. Maybe you avoid investments because you fear volatility. But the greatest cost is not learning something new. The greatest cost is staying stuck in something outdated. Flexibility does not mean losing your roots. It means expanding them into new soil. To cultivate flexibility, you must embrace uncertainty. Uncertainty is not chaos. It is space for possibility. Every time life changed unexpectedly, how many of those changes later revealed themselves as blessings in disguise? Perhaps a job loss pushed you into entrepreneurship. Perhaps a crisis forced you to learn about personal finance. Perhaps an unexpected situation awakened discipline that had been dormant. When you accept uncertainty, life stops being a battlefield and becomes a journey of growth. Another essential point: focus on the destination, not the method. You want financial freedom, stability, and peace. Those goals are timeless, but the path can evolve. The internet created new income models. Digital skills opened new doors. Remote work reinvented professional possibilities. Investments democratized wealth building. Nothing prevents you from learning, evolving, or starting again. What prevents you is rigidity. Challenges are also teachers. Every obstacle brings a hidden message. A debt can teach discipline. A business failure can teach strategy. A financial scare can teach caution. Flexibility turns pain into wisdom. In rigid minds, challenges become dead ends. In flexible minds, challenges become curve roads, still leading forward. Another enemy of financial flexibility is the need for absolute control. Trying to control everything produces anxiety, paralysis, and fear. Life will not follow your script. Prosperity flows where control relaxes. When you loosen your grip, creativity emerges. You discover new ideas, new opportunities, and new solutions. Flexibility is creativity in motion. When an old solution no longer works, a flexible mind invents another. Wealthy individuals are not those who never failed. They are those who never insisted on failing the same way. They adjusted, they pivoted, they reinvented. Flexibility turns limitations into fertile fields of innovation. Ask yourself, where in your financial life are you being rigid? Are you resisting learning something new? Are you refusing to adapt to the digital world? Are you holding on to methods that worked 20 years ago but no longer produce results today? If you want to create prosperity at this stage of life, you must be willing to shift routes. The destination remains the same: abundance, peace, stability, and autonomy. But the route is allowed to change. Many people experience financial suffering not because they lack intelligence, but because they refuse to update their mindset. The world after the pandemic is not the world of the 90s. The way businesses grow today is not the same way they grew back then. The job market is different. Investments are different. Consumer behavior changed. Flexibility is not optional. It is survival. The law of flexibility whispers, do not cling to the old way simply because it is familiar. Familiarity creates comfort, but comfort kills growth. The greatest danger is not failing. The greatest danger is staying the same. When you shift your perspective, life shifts with you. When you adjust your strategy, new doors appear. When you adapt, you evolve. People who thrive financially later in life are not the strongest or the most talented. They are the most adaptable. They learn new skills. They explore new models. They listen instead of resisting. And because of that, they transform crisis into advantage. Flexibility does not erase fears. It transforms them into direction. It does not eliminate uncertainty. It teaches you to navigate through it. It does not remove challenges. It reveals strategies inside them. So think deeply. What if the thing you believe is holding you back is simply the lack of adjustment? What if the next level of your prosperity is just one adaptation away? What skill could open a new door for you? What belief needs to evolve? What habit needs an upgrade? When you stop fighting the wind and start setting your sails correctly, life rewards you. Prosperity stops being exhausting and becomes fluid. Success stops feeling like a climb and begins feeling like movement. The path reveals itself to minds willing to bend without breaking. Flexibility is not about abandoning your dream. It is about honoring it intelligently. It is the bridge between who you are and who you can become. Adjust your sails, adapt your strategy, reinvent your method, and your financial life will rise. If this video made sense to you, give it a like, drop a comment below, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe with the bell on so you won't miss a thing. And if you want to take the next step to transform your financial mindset, check out the link in the first comment below.